Actually, I probably better not make the video here. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We've just tried to get to a beach, right? And we've like traveled an hour to get here, only to basically come to what looks like a military base almost at the front. The beach is called Namsai Beach. Apparently it's locals only, no foreigners are welcome. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show you this, but I'll sort of show you it anyway. But this is the entrance there, and they have people who are dressed in like what I would describe as like military uniform.
Yeah, Coast Guard or something, military.
Yeah, and I'll show you what he translated. Basically it says foreigners cannot enter. So that's quite interesting, yeah. I think I'm with you. Like
military area, foreigners no entry.
Where does it say that?
Right on that white sign.
Oh, military only, foreigners no entry. So, but do you think there might be another way to get to the beach, or do you think maybe we've got this wrong?
No, they'll probably tackle us when we get back there. They'll see us and they'll be like, foreigners. They'll probably, it's like seeing a ghost down there. They probably never have foreigners living down there. That's probably why the beach looks like the way it is.
Part of me wants to maybe see if there's another way in, but like you know what I mean, like just ride around, see if there's another road in, and play the dumb card, and be like, oh sorry, we didn't know. Because I don't know, maybe there's something there that we're not supposed to go to that's got nothing to do with the beach. Maybe there was a confusion there.
Maybe if we look on the maps if there's any other places, but
maybe let's have a look at the reviews to see if anyone's put in. There's reviews here.
Reviews in English. Okay,
so well there is actually. There's reviews in English. One says small beach but water is clear. As the name applies, the sand is quite clean and fine. There's food stalls, there's restaurants.
Because it looked like there was like they were letting like Chinese people and stuff, different looking people, not Thai.
Oh, here we go. Attention, this beach may be beautiful and the water clear, but after 1 hour driving, I had to learn that foreigners are not allowed to enter Namsai Beach. That's a really sad experience. So to all foreigners, mind that you are not welcome at the beach.
Wow.
So then, why is there a lot of...
It's probably this land is owned by the government. Remember we passed all those military bases? This probably is military grounds. So they're probably like, yeah, we're gonna pick and choose who we let on our...
Here's another one. We went up to the parking lot just to be asked to leave the premises because we're not Thais. The Marine who's guarding the entrance gate should have done a better job of telling that the beach is currently exclusive for Thais. Checked on the review that it was only October 23. Foreigners are not allowed to enter because we were conversing a little and barely understood what he was saying. My husband is not even looking like Thai, and we are still considered ourselves lucky because it'll be the worst feeling if we finally reach the beach and then told to leave. That's there's things I want to say, but I just don't think I should about that.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
It sucks, but then I know that sometimes my opinion, and not a lot of people can be like this, but sometimes I know my opinion isn't always the right opinion. Like I've said things in the past that I look back at now and think I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't think like that.
Yeah.
And right now I want to be like annoyed with this, but then maybe with more information, more research, maybe I would understand it. Yeah, so as annoyed as I am that we've ridden an hour all the way here to come to a beautiful beach to get told that we're not allowed to go there because we're not, you know, locals, it's just like I'm not used to discrimination like that.
Yeah,
and I'm finding it hard to kind of process it in a positive manner. That's the only way I can describe it. But this,
even the front, like you can tell it looks like a B-2 bomber.
Yeah.
The windows up there, I got the wings like the bombers. It's definitely something military. It's definitely, I can see there being shops and stuff and locals back there, but I think it'd probably be one of those things where it got to a certain point at the time at night, they would probably go home to their house. So I don't know if they would be like people living back there, so it might be like a government owned, and they're, you know, still letting us back there. And probably with the whole foreigner mentality, sometimes you notice the foreigners like to act up, and if there's no security or there's no police presence back there and there is an altercation, I could definitely see how that could be negatively impact to where they could put these rules in.
It's almost like it's like a safe place for the locals. Like they can go there, they can chill out, go to the beach, have a good day without idiot foreigners.
Yeah, without our asses everywhere.
Yeah, like just ruining it. So maybe like, because Thailand is becoming quite a very popular place in terms of tourism, maybe it is important to the Thai people that they have places like this, and we have to kind of respect that, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's definitely like anywhere, like you go to rich neighborhoods, gated communities, you notice a lot of those like richer upper class places, they have private beaches and stuff like this. Maybe like a residential private beach, you know, all the locals know about. But I can definitely see this from the photos. That's a nice beach in there.
Yes, it definitely looks like a nice beach. But yeah, guys, tell us in the comments what you think about this, what your opinion is. And I do think we have some followers here that are from Thailand, so maybe you guys could let us know a little bit more about your thoughts, about your information on all of this. And yeah, I think it's quite I think it'd be good to get a bit more education around it, I think.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely an understanding would be cool. It's just I'm not used to anything like this where I'm from. And, you know, when I see the sign, I was like, no foreigners. You know, it was a little odd. And then when they told us to leave, I was like, oh, they're serious.
But he was super polite. The guy was super polite. So, cool. But you know, look on the bright side, we get to ride a cool bike. So it's not, at least we haven't ridden on like a little 125 moped all the way here.
Maxing it out the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, we can push this thing. You know, I won't say to its limits. We can push it to the speed limit.
Speed limit.
I just had a look on the maps, and it does look like if you go down here a little bit further, there are roads that lead that way. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure we're right that it is just for Thai locals only. Maybe it's just this entrance. So we're going to head down there and just sort of suss it out. If it's obvious that it's not that we're allowed to be there, obviously we'll respect it and we will make other plans. So we've come down a little bit further and there's like a checkpoint. You have to pay 50 baht per foreigner. There's like a little checkpoint. And apparently there is a beach down here that we can go to, so we're gonna go check it out. Okay, so we've just arrived. We're at the car park. This is where we're parked. And there is a lot of stores of food and different things here, which we'll show you. And the beach is down this way, so let's go check it out. So here we are. Don't ask us what the name of this beach is, because I can't remember.
I don't know neither.
But the main thing is, we're allowed here.
Yeah.
We think. So we're just doing some sunglass shopping, and I just said to Aaron that these ones here look like some Jimmy Savile looking sunglasses. And he kind of laughed, didn't you? Yeah. And then I asked you, I said, do you know who Jimmy Savile is? You said no, didn't you?
No clue.
I think it's best you don't. The least you know about that guy, the better. It's either these ones, which are kind of just like holiday, kind of like I'm on holiday, but then there's these ones. These are almost like what Aaron was saying is that I'm like literally just come out of like the forest with a machine gun on a mission, or like I look like the Terminator. He's got some as well. And the good thing is these will be good for riding the motorbike. It will protect the wind on the eyes. I think these ones are 50 baht. 50 baht? Yeah, 50 baht. So to be honest, it's not a bad price, because down at the beach near where the hotel is, they're selling them up to 200 baht. And then if you go to like a 7-Eleven, they're like 380 baht. So 50 baht's actually a really good price. So I like them. What, guys, tell me in the comments, do you like them, yes or no? I think I'm gonna go with them. So we're just grabbing something to eat. I went for a seafood rice dish, which was, hold on,
60 baht.
60 baht, but I asked for an egg. There's no egg. Is there an egg in there somewhere? Oh no. I'm gonna do that. Maybe you've got, no, did you order an egg?
I did. I ordered 2 eggs. I ate one already.
Oh,
rice
okay.
and then sticky rice for 50 baht.
50 baht. And you got yourself a nice watermelon, is it?
Watermelon smoothie. 65 baht.
65 baht. And the lady's making me like a white chocolate frappe
So almost
thing.
like $2.
Yeah. I was supposed to get an egg. Alright, I'm happy now. I got my egg. Look, I might wear glasses that make me look blind, right? But I can tell when there's not an egg. And to be honest, when I walked up there, they were like, egg? I was like, yeah, egg, no egg. And we need the eggs for the protein, for the muscle. How's your food?
Pretty good.
Good? Lovely.
Can eat this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. Cup and cup. So this was 75 baht, and it's like a white chocolate frappe, and look at the size of it. Like, I've got big hands, and you can see how big that is. So it's lovely, and we got it from this little place here. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice here. I can't remember what this beach is called. We'll find out, and I'll put the link, not the link, I'll put the name of the beach right here. So you guys, if you are watching from Thailand and you want to come and visit, it's definitely worth coming and having a look. The prices are really reasonable. You know, 50 baht for glasses. Some of the shorts in there were 50 baht. The top that I really wanted was 350 baht. And I tried to haggle down to 300, which I think's still a reasonable price. She wasn't having it. And she seemed a little bit like she just seemed a bit moody, you know. She was really nice and that, I'd have probably just paid the money, but she just seemed super moody with me. So we walked away from that one. And the fact is that it was a 5XL shirt. Next door sold a 4XL for like 280. So I think a 5XL for 300 isn't unreasonable. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, maybe am I being sassy?
No, reasonable.
There you go. All right. So basically, we just eaten. Just had a lovely milkshake. But actually, we need to stand here because then it's the lighting basically. Just if you like, can you see yourself there now? Yeah. Okay. Stand like this. Did you see the difference?
Oh, wow, yeah.
So everyone right now watching us now are like, oh, thank God they did this, because it's all about good quality, isn't it? We were just talking about food, obviously, about how like you explain it in terms of the portion. Well, the portions here are a lot smaller, and what I was sort of saying is that I will buy like obviously a meal. And once I finish that meal, I'm still hungry, and I could probably eat 3 times the amount of that meal. But if I allow myself 10, maybe 15 minutes for it to, is the word progress? No,
digest.
Digest, progress, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm full then, I am actually full, and I've had this small meal and I'm full, and I think that's what's been helping me lose weight. That training, obviously, you know, in the sun, we're sweating a lot, and smaller meals, I think that's where I've been going wrong. Where when I cook at home back in England, I've been cooking like plates of food that are probably 4 times the portions that I'm having here with one meal. And then obviously you made a pretty good point in terms of the quality of the food and the nutrients, and you know, I mean, I'll let you explain that bit.
Yeah, I've noticed over here the food's a lot cheaper. Everything's a lot cheaper, which is definitely it attracts you to Thailand. But sometimes I've noticed myself, I have to buy like he was saying, like losing a little weight. I'm more of on the smaller side, so I try to eat as much as I can. But I've noticed that, you know, I'll get 2 portions because the portions are smaller over here. But you know, the food is where I'm from the US, we're eating whole foods over here. Normally it's sticky rice, mangoes, certain things. It has, you know, good nutritional density. It's whole foods, it's good food. And compared to like where I was from, I was talking to like just the difference culturally, like the culture shock from being an American is like, you were not in a state of constant consuming. And like when I was telling him when we were walking on the beach, I'm like, dude, everybody has food. No one, you can't look around and not see one person with a bowl of rice, cooking, eating, chilling, hanging out in the shade. Everybody has food. So I'm like, damn, that just surprises me, because you go to a beach in America, nobody has food. Maybe you see a bag of chips the birds are eating that took it from someone's chair, but there's no one's eating. But when we're in a state of, you know, they always have food, they're eating, they're constantly eating. But when you get to America, it's like, when we do eat, it's basically gluttony. We're eating massive amounts of food at a time, or 2-3 Big Macs, large soda, and you wonder why people go to America and they're like, God, this soda, or God, this thing, because we're eating so much once we're eating it, and that just honestly blows my mind.
And the difference is like, you know, like we said, there's all these people behind us here sat under the trees in the shade here, and all the families, they have got like all their own food that they've brought here to the beach today. But if you look at it, it's good, nutritious food. And I think a point to make with that is, if you eat all this processed food, you've got to eat lots of it for you to feel full, right? Because it's full of shit. It's got no nutrient benefits whatsoever. None. Where if you are eating like proper food, like with rice and
eggs, shrimp, anything
like with the proteins in it and stuff like that, you are gonna, you know, your body is going to absorb that a lot better than a bloody Big Mac. So I think it just goes to show, like, you know, you have to be clever with your food. And also with me, like, I honestly have surprised myself at the age of 26, okay, 36, I have surprised myself. I can eat a small portion, wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then feel full. I honestly I would have never thought I could have done that, like back home. Like if I made a small bit of food, I would think I'm going to be hungry for the rest of the day. But if I just wait that little bit of time, I'm good. I don't need any more food. And I just think that, you know, I think a lot of people, if they are into their like muscle building and things like that, and if that's something you're into, then yeah, you can still eat a lot of food, but I think you have to have small portions more frequently. And that's when you see a lot of bodybuilders eat like every 2 hours or every 3 hours and stuff like that, but their portions are quite small. And it obviously depends on what level of bodybuilding are you at, you know.
For sure.
If you want to be a freak show, then yeah, they are probably eating big portions every 2 minutes. But if you're just trying to be reasonable and just look a bit, you know, have a little bit more improvement on how you are and how you feel and how you look, then it's just little adjustments like that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand. You got bioavailability. It takes say energy, I guess you could say, to break these foods down. And once you are basically eating a whole bunch at a time, you gotta understand it still takes energy to break these foods down. So I'm eating 40 grams of protein, it takes 10 to break it down, I'm at 30. When I could have ate 20 on a very smaller setting, got 18 back, only used 2 to break it down. The bioavailability for that food portion that my body had to work way less to break down is now way more relatively available. That's why a lot of people, when they eat a whole bunch of food, especially larger workout people or people that are in a state of you know, not as healthy or indulge a lot, not practicing good healthy habits, would be, I eat a whole bunch of food, oh, I'm so tired, I gotta go take a nap in the middle of the day, or 2 p.m. in the day, you're crashing. You know, what you're doing is you're having a carb crash. Your body has used so much energy to break this food down that now you almost feel that you can't complete the day. And I don't know about you guys at home, but I've catch myself multiple times eating large breakfasts or pancakes or certain things and carbing, and I have carb crashes. And that's why I've learned to, you know, prioritize whole foods.
Would you say, I've always been taught that, you know, obviously breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Would you say it's wise to have a big breakfast, like a big portion, or eat as much breakfast as you can in the morning, or would you have a different opinion on that?
It's an argument that can go both ways. A lot of people will argue don't eat a lot in the morning. A lot of people argue don't eat a lot at night. There's definitely a 50-50 swing on what you want to do, because, you know, they say don't eat before bed because your body's supposed to be in a state of recovery and rest. They say don't eat too much in the morning because if you break down breakfast in Hebrew means breakfast, means break your fast. So you're breaking your fast in your morning from sleeping all night. And so when anybody knows anything about fasting, once you fast, you're not supposed to go and eat a whole bunch of food. You're supposed to eat a fruit, eat this, eat small amount of things to break your fast. So they've, you know, especially in Western culture, they pushed, you know, sausage and all these things. Eat a whole bunch of food in the mornings, which is great. It's great. It depends on your lifestyle, your habits, and certain things. But me personally, I feel like 2 eggs, avocado, and a piece of bread is great. It's something that's small, sourceful, and your body will break it down. Like, you could go throw up 40 minutes later and you're like, oh, well, it's just a smoothie. Yeah. That's great because your body has broken that down. Go eat 5 avocados, a pound of ground beef, and 2 pieces of bread. Throw it up 40 minutes later, you'll still see everything. So
lovely.
Relatively, you know, however you want to look at it, and you'll feel that once you have less in your stomach, you're in a fasted state, you're eating things that are relatively available for the body, you have more energy, you feel more aware, you feel the brain fog in certain aspects of your life that are, some people, you know, are highly interested in, are serving.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, should we go for a swim?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Somebody's, you know, hey bro, I've never heard that before. Shit, I wish I would have heard it from me because I never heard it, so that's why I feel the way I do about it.
You definitely have, like, inspired me to think a little bit more on certain aspects of my diet now, you know, and I mean, this whole journey, you know, I think traveling does teach you a lot of things, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's been a combination of things. Like, I'll give you an example. Driving over here, you'll get people cut out in front of you. They'll pull out in front of you, this, that, and the other. And in England, I was saying to Aaron, in England, I would normally get really annoyed and pissed off. I get really bad road rage sometimes. I hate to admit that, but I'm just telling you the guys the truth. But here, you know, we've had people pull out in front of us. And you kind of just allow it, you expect it, and it's no, like, they're not being disrespectful to you and vice versa. It's just the way people drive, and it's a bit different in the way that they don't just pull out, they kind of pull out slowly. So then you just, like, you kind of maneuver around them, or you brake and you let them out, even though technically they should have waited. That's just how they drive, and I hope that this will help me be a better driver when I'm back in England, that if someone does pull out in front of me, rather than beeping the horn and being like, ah, I'm just going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I think it gives you a bit more of a chilled, happy life, and you don't get so triggered by things like that, right?
No, seriously.
I'll tell you what, my chest is looking good. But maybe it's just a light. Oh, there's not rocks here, is there?
Couple.
Oh, I don't like rocks. Oh, there's a rock. I just said, oh God. But yeah, here we are. This is, well, I can't tell you what the beach is called, but it's beautiful, it's lovely, and it's not too far from the beach that we tried to get to, which we weren't allowed at. And the water's quite, like, it's not a bad color, is it? In terms of how clear it is. So, yeah, lovely, guys. I have a question. With your hair, you get it wet, no problem.
Yeah.
Is there what am I trying to say here?
Taskful.
Is it effort having hair like that, getting it wet?
I'll break it down.
Okay.
It is probably the biggest struggle I face in life at times. I wake up, I love the hair, I've had short hair my whole life. It's cool, I love it, it's a good look, I like the different look. I've never experienced it because I've never grew my hair out. So once I've grown it out now, I'm like, oh dude, it's looking cool, you know, surf's up. But it's very, very odd, you know, in the shower after 20-something years, brushing my hair, getting knots out, doing certain things. It feels almost like I'm pampering myself. I feel like I gotta go to my makeup station and get my products and put everything in, and if I'm like, oh, it just drives me nuts. And it's a task.
I have a question. It's naturally curly, right?
Yes.
Okay. What would happen if you just got it wet and then you just dried it with a towel and then just left it? What happens?
Nothing. It would just look fine as long as I don't like go to bed and like lay down, because it's like really thick. It's like basically like horse hair, which is, you know, odd because I'm, you know, white. You know, I don't really supposed to have this type of hair, but it's very like coarse. It's almost like horse mane tail hair. Like, it is really, really thick.
How long did it take you to grow it that long?
Oh man, probably 3-4 years. That's a very time flied by so fast. It felt like yesterday, but it's probably been like I tell people 2 years. I'm like, it's been way longer. It's been way longer.
Do you reckon I'd seen it? What do you reckon? I reckon I'd look like a Viking.
You would.
Do you know what I mean? I'd have to. Oh, I'm stepping on rocks. Oh, I fucking hate rock. Why is there rocks?
Some of them are fucking sharp.
Have you stepped on any?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You were in the middle of what you were saying before, and I don't know if it was obvious if the camera started to shake, but I literally, as you were talking, I stepped on the biggest rock, and I was like this. Like, if you guys could see me filming, I was like this. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah, some of them have sharp. Be careful with the way you step on. Walk around like this one right here. If I stepped on that bitch, it would cut.
Oh, yeah, no, I just felt that then. I don't like it. I really don't like it. That's why I was so annoyed at Brandon when he sent me out snorkeling. He told me to go out in a certain area, and he said,
"Go more this way."
Huh?
Come this way.
You think? I feel like it's...
That corner is where it's all running here from that island corner.
Okay. I was just saying to Aaron, literally, apart from there's just 2 people just here, but apart from that, we are literally the only tourists here. Everybody else here looks like they're Thai locals. It's quite surprising in some respects that it's such a lovely beach. And it's not, you know, I mean, it was about an hour ride away from Pattaya, but just the fact that, you know, because obviously Pattaya is quite a high tourist area, you'd think more people would come here. I'm a little bit surprised. It makes me question, are we supposed to be here? We are allowed here, aren't we?
50-50.
It's 50-50. Maybe we're not supposed to be here. We have been getting a few like funny looks off people, but then I guess that happens anyway everywhere I go. I sometimes don't know the difference of are they looking at me because obviously of my size, you know, I get a lot of looks just based on that. Maybe it's because I'm just dead drop gorgeous. Oh, okay, I thought he was there and he was going to hear me say that now. I'm joking, by the way. You know, I just generally I do get a lot of looks. It's hard to know what is it? What is the reason they're staring? It doesn't bother me. Half the time I don't even notice. Like, I've had friends that walk behind me and they're like, they say to me they're amazed by how many people just stare and look and almost stop in their place, and I never see it. Have you seen that since you've hung around with me and we're walking around places? Do I get a lot of stares off people?
Yeah, we definitely both do. I've noticed, like, even me by myself, when I'm normally by myself, I get a lot of looks. And when I'm with you, they're looking at you, and then they look at me, and then they look back at you, and then they look at me, they're like, what? And these guys, where are they from?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a positive thing.
No, I think it is. It's just something of like seeing a different type of, you know, person, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost harmless, you know?
Yeah. Let me just say this, right? Just before that little boy just there, he was like staring at me and he had this like look on his face of almost a bit like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncertainty.
The same thing to me.
And then I just looked at the little boy, the one that's walking behind me, and I went like this. I put my hands together, like, you know, almost like you're praying, like this, and I went, "Sweaty cup," and then he had like the biggest smile on his face, and then he put his hands together and went, "Cup." And now, you know, he's obviously, you know, yeah, no issues. And I think maybe sometimes you know, he probably doesn't see a lot of well, I don't know, he doesn't see a lot of he probably doesn't see a lot of people like me in this situation. He sees me sat here, maybe I do look a little bit intimidating, and all it takes is a sweaty carb and the fact that you've obviously, you know, made the effort to say hello in their language, smile. I go from being this big scary giant of a man to maybe like a big teddy bear.
Like a normal person again. It's like you're almost like more human. It's not that they feel like you're less human. I just feel like sometimes like it's hard to read someone when there's a large language barrier.
Well, and also it's the age thing. Like, he's quite like a young boy, isn't he?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's like I said, like some kids look at me and they're very scared. You know what I mean? But if I give them like a smile, it tends to, you know, they're like, he's you know, he's not big and scary, you know. So I noticed that with Songkran, when we was doing that, there was so many kids that were scared to come up and put the paint on my face.
Yeah.
But you could tell they wanted to, but they were scared to, and their parents were trying to encourage them to do it. So then I would actually go over to them and I would like lean down on their level and go, here, you know, and then they would do it, and then they'd have the biggest smile on their face. And if you guys haven't seen that video, go have a look at the Songkran videos that I've done, and you'll see some of those moments we got on camera. Right, so we've just come from the beach that we were just swimming at onto the rocks here, and we seem to have found like this, it's like a statue thing right here, which is quite cool. I'm not really sure what it means, but there's another one over here which we'll come and show you over this way. What even is this?
I don't know.
Is it like a dragon?
It's like a dragon horse. Something with one antler. Probably represents something.
It doesn't look very comfortable. It looks a bit, well, just...
Rub the leg off.
Oh yeah, I mean... Oh, that's its tail there. Oh, there's another beach down there. Oh, it's nice. Oh my God! I thought that was like a kid stood next to me then.
Real human.
Yeah. Oh my God. How cool's that? You don't see stuff like that in England. Even over here, have a look at this, guys. I'll walk over. Oh look, she's got a boobie out. Beautiful mermaid. Part of me wants to kind of cover up.
No, dude, no. Oh, cover it, yeah.
Cover it, yeah. Just out of respect. I feel like that should be, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, but I'm just trying to be a little bit, yeah, just be a bit respectful.
I thought you were gonna touch the boob.
No, I'm going to touch it. I'm the last person that would do that. Isn't that quite cool? Someone in the comments is going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have touched it. It's sacred. I'm sorry, but I was covering up the boob. Especially because this guy here is clearly staring. Hey, cheeky bugger. Look, right there, staring at her boob. What a beautiful spot we found, and honestly, we didn't. We still don't know the name of it. You guys actually know the name of this beach before we know it, because obviously we've put it in the last few shots or whatever it was. But yeah, what a beautiful place. Well, what were you saying about that statue over there?
Statue just looks questionable. If anything came to me with red eyes and looked like that, I'd be scared. I wouldn't think that's anything inviting.
He's talking about the statue over here. I'll show you. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'd rather hang out with the titty mermaid. I'd rather hang out with the titty mermaid, and that's coming from a gay man. So me and Aaron were just sort of talking about this topic, but I kind of want to know, is it obvious to you, or was it obvious to you, that I was a gay man when you first met me?
No, not at all.
Okay, now that you know I'm a gay man, and we've hung out and, you know, a couple times, now that you know, is there certain moments in my behavior where it's a little bit obvious?
Yeah, I see it sometimes. It's more of like just natural.
There's a car behind us.
It's personality wise. All right, guys.
Sorry.
It's personality. I feel like it's, you know, you being comfortable at times. You can I guess notice it, but if I was an external person, I don't think I would notice it. But me being your friend and knowing you, yeah, I'd notice it. But like I personally could probably know you for a lot longer than I already have, and if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know shit.
Yeah, I think I'm, since coming out, I think I'm more like, I wouldn't say obviously I'm camp or anything like that, but I feel like I have my moments where I can be a little bit sassy in certain moments. A little bit like with that t-shirt, you know, that I still want to buy, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
But she wouldn't take 50 baht out off it, and it's the principle. And this is me having my sassy moment, you know, and I think 300 baht for it would have been fine. So, especially that was a okay, so the 5XL was 350 baht. The 4XL was 280 baht. Do you see what I mean? So surely, come on. And it's discrimination, isn't it?
Yeah, they think we have a lot more money than what we probably do, and
it's discrimination against people that have to wear 5XL.
Oh yeah, you got the short
I'm being
there.
I'm being discriminated against because of my size, and that happens in more ways than one. Wink, wink. Oh, look, there's dogs. Hello, puppies. Hello. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, baby. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, look at you.
This way.
Huh?
Good. Right.
That's crazy. We're trying to feed the dogs here.
I tried to feed another dog. I didn't want anything.
Oh, that one.
It's egg. You dropped it in the sand, buddy.
Do you know what? Can dogs eat rice though?
Yeah, they can eat anything they want.
They can't eat chocolate.
No, they can't eat chocolate. They can't break it down.
To be fair, considering they're, well, say allegedly, stray dogs, they're quite picky with their food. Hey baby, I really want to pat you right now, but I'm scared to. Like, you look like you want me to pat you, but at the same time you look like you might take my hand off. Unfortunately, whilst we were at the beach, the GoPro died, so we have just gone and had some food. We went down to the market. Let me just clean the lens a little. Went down to the market down there, where you guys have probably, from the last few videos, have seen that, so you didn't really miss out on much there. And now we're gonna go play some, well, we call it soccer, don't we?
The Americans call it football.
Oh, do you guys call it football?
Yeah, no. No, you're right. No, you're right. Soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer. But all the people in England are going to be furious right now for the fact that we're calling it soccer. But anyway, so yeah, and there seems to be a few locals in there, so we're going to go join in and have a bit of fun.
Let's do it.
Yep. Oh. Ah! Okay.
1, 2, 3. Thôi chị ơi.
Ở đây là
Dặn kiếm xịn.
I have no idea. Apparently that's how you choose teams here in Thailand. Your guess is as good as mine how that works. Oh no, it's him. He's a good player, that one. Yes! Oh God, here we go. Damn it! That was so close as well. Oh! Too easy. He's too good.
Intimidated by him.
He's too good.